Hey, you want to make 20 bucks? Click the Empower link in the description below, open a checking account, and all you have to do is deposit 10 bucks. After 30 days, you'll get 20 bucks, and I'll get 20 bucks. We support each other. Alright, on to the video. Welcome back, guys, it's TacD. Today we're going to be hopping into a game that's truly the heart and soul of tactical shooters. If you enjoy tactical shooters, this game should be in your Steam library. One of the first games I ever played on PC was the original Ghost Recon, and if you're all old enough to remember that, this game actually began development with one of the original developers of that game. He wanted to create a true, realistic tactical shooter, so he assembled a small team, and here it is! Right now the game itself is in early access, and it has been for quite some time. It's a slow development cycle, but if you ask anybody that plays it, it's well worth the investment. Each update takes it closer and closer to an immersive experience. Anyways, currently they're working on their 1030 update, which is bringing a lot of new stuff to the game, and because it's such a small team, I'm going to assume that they needed some more quality assurance testing, so they released a testing build, the CTE. So if you've got the game, you can go in and just download it right now. You can test out some of the new features and give some feedback, and provide those bug reports. So I've used it, and there are a few fantastic things that are coming, and I'm going to show you those here. So first things first, the customization screen. While this isn't a huge change, it is a much needed one. The old UI left a little to be desired. This one is much cleaner, and I just feel more organized. As you can see, there are plenty of weapons to choose from, and the customization in this game is fantastic. And while we're here, we might as well take a look at the new guns that they've added. They added a FAL, F-A-L battle rifle with a tactical taste to it. Before it was just a wooden stock with minimal customization, but now you've got this rail. Some would call it the Tacti-FAL rifle. Moving on, they've added the AKM assault rifle. They did already have an AK-74 in the game, though I believe the major difference here is that the AK-74 is a 5.45 cartridge and the AKM is a 7.62. They've also added an entirely different model for their MP5 series, and they've added a new model for the M4A1. Not huge changes there, but still nice to see. Soon, they're going to be adding a new bolt-action sniper. So that's in the works with the animations, but I've yet to see that. That's not in this build. That is still expected in the 1030 update. Now, here's where the immersion comes in. They've added an encumbrance system to this build. Weapon control is much harder, and your contractor here has stamina that he has to regain, and it's going to affect things like jumping, running, climbing, and increased weapon sway. Also, the longer you hold your rifle in the ADS position, the more tired your arms are going to be, so the more sway this is going to induce. Right now it's just this simple V pattern. I'll show you with this ACOG scope the difference. On the left we have the current live build, and on the right we've got the CTE build that's coming soon. Big difference here, and just realize this is the first pass. I've got to tell myself that personally, because I think this part kind of sucks. It's just a standard deep V pattern, and I think it might be a little bit too dramatic. The motion is just sort of annoying to me. I feel like I've got to time my shots on the bounce. That part just takes away a little bit of the immersion. I hope with this, first they randomize it instead of that V pattern, so it's a little bit more realistic, and then two, they add something like a hold breath or a focus mechanic just to steady this. I'm just not a fan of it as it is right now. You can crouch in order to negate some of the sway, but there's still a little bit to it, and again, just that hold breath or that focus mechanic would be nice. Heavier builds will also deplete your arm strength faster and will have increased weapon inertia, which is this here. So when you turn around, your rifle has to swing itself around. And if you've got a heavier rifle, it's going to be a little bit more dramatic. We'll compare this MP5 SMG to the MK48 LMG. Your player also has inertia, so now you're going to take just a brief second to get to your full sprint. And then once you're there, you're going to have to worry about overrunning your target because you're going to take a brief moment to slow down. So be careful when you're attempting to get to cover. As far as the maps go, all maps now use dynamic lighting, which is a really nice change. Look at those beautiful God rays. This also makes it easier to set your time of day, so while you're in the locker room here, preparing your infill, you've got this little adjuster to set the time of day. So you've got all the control, which is really nice. They've added some interactive lights, so no more invincible light bulbs. Here, check this out. Here are the old lights, and here are the new ones. Now this edition is great, more for PvP because the AI right now can still see in the dark, so it doesn't do a whole lot for them, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be tweaked. They've also added power panels, so you can just cut the power instead of shooting out all the lights, but that part's up to you. However tactical you want to be. They have added a brand new map as well, and I present to you Creek. This fantastic looking map is primarily created to be a PvP map, though you can set it up for a terrorist hunt. If you do this, expect to be destroyed, even with the dumbest AI settings. It's a hard map for a one-man army, I'll tell you what. Some of the maps also have some new environmental sounds, and this is their first pass on acoustic portals, which I guess is a fancy word for sound being occluded by walls more than if you're at like an open door. So shots from inside sound like they're inside. Just a more realistic sound system overall, so I do like that. Finally, some smaller things. They have made the ready room a little bit smaller, so you're not, I guess, jogging as much in the ready room, just to make it more compact. At the shooting range, they've also added a workbench here in order to modify your loadout instead of having to go all the way back to your locker like the old build. In the shooting range, they added a dark lane too, so you can check out some night optics, some night vision, stuff like that. Alright guys, there you go. There's the second video of the week. This game again is called Ground Branch. I'll link it down below. The PvP in this game is a lot of fun when you're able to get people there and playing. It's not like one of those games you can just pick up and then check out the server browser and hop into a team deathmatch game or anything like that. It really has to be organized. So I'm going to link the Discord down below as well, because that's where they seem to organize a lot of their events. Overall, just a great game to pick up. First of all, to support the team, because they're a great team. They communicate well. They're really striving to have the most realistic experience possible and to provide you with, well, honestly, as much communication as possible. They're very open with where they're at. They're very open with delays and why things are delayed and what they're working on. Their team is growing. They're adding some new animations. Soon, I'm excited for this. Prone is coming into the game. So that's not in the game right now, but that is coming soon. Either way, I'm just excited for this game. It's an easy game to just hop in and play a quick 5-minute round or something like that. Practice your skills, practice your tactics. There's just a lot of good about this game, and even though it is early access and has a lot of bugs, it runs really well. Super small download. I don't know, just a good game. That pretty much wraps it up. If you guys like this video, feel free to give it a like, subscribe. You know the drill with all that. I appreciate all the support. Until next time, I'll see you all on the battlefield. Take care.